sermon can be read a couple of ways. I can say, love and beloved. Or if you separate that second word, I can say love and be loved. Now, I'm going to ask you to help me with a little intro to this message. And it's from a song that many of us may have learned years and years ago when we were going to Sunday school or vacation Bible school or a camp. And it starts like this. There is a name I love to hear. I love to sing its words. It sounds like music in my ear. The sweetest name on earth. Sing it with me. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Because he first loved me. We've been spending 4 weeks now talking about love. The series was entitled, It's All About Love. Y'all might be sick and tired of love at this point, but, you know, there are 310 references in the New Testament of the King James Version alone of the word love, among 280 verses. So I suspect 4 weeks probably isn't nearly enough. We could probably do this for 4 months or 4 years even, trying to get this love thing right. It's something that God has been wanting to make important for the world since the time of creation. And just maybe, just perhaps, if we get this love thing, if we get the love and we talk about the unconditional love that God showers on us, that agape kind of love, this love we cannot earn, this love we do not deserve, this love we can only hope to receive with dignity, integrity, and respect. And because it's been shared with us, then we can also share it with others. It really is all about love. Now here are some other scriptures, and I was going to ask you all to help me with this part, but when I talked to one of my close preacher friend advisors, I said, Danita, don't do that. Don't give them index cards. Don't ask them to stand up. Don't ask them to read them. Just go ahead and read the scriptures. They'll get it. And this first passage, there are 5 of them, comes from Leviticus, back in the Hebrew scriptures, the Old Testament, Leviticus 19:18. And it says, do not, where did it go? Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against anyone among your people, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. Straight from God. Number 2 is found in Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter, the 5th verse. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. Number 3 moves to the New Testament, Matthew 5, 44 through 45. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes the sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Number 4, also from Matthew, but this time from the 22nd chapter, 37 through 39. Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is, like it, love your neighbor as yourself. And number 5, from John, the gospel we read from earlier, this time in chapter 13, verses 34 to 35. A new command I give to you. Love one another as I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. It's Jesus talking. Now, when we consider these passages, it becomes abundantly clear that love may be a very splendid thing, but it's not an easy thing. Love can be difficult, challenging, and downright hard to do. Love our enemies. Love those who use, abuse, and exploit us. Pray for somebody who is persecuting us. And just so we may need a reminder from the Old Testament, Jesus comes back in the New Testament and says the Shema, which is actually kind of a prayer. It's a prayer. God knows we need divine help, strength, and support to really make this happen, to love God with all that we have, our heart, our mind, our strength, and our neighbors as ourselves. Is it really possible to love someone as much as we love ourselves? That's a tough one. That means doing something for somebody else sometimes before you would do it for yourself. It's a whole lot of love. Yet, if we believe, and we call ourselves Christians, followers of Christ, that with God's help, we should, we can, and we will reflect the God that is not just talked about or that we read about in scriptures, but that has been demonstrated to us. It's a perfect love that we continue to receive to this very day. It's a sacrificial love that God was willing to make. To have his son Jesus live, die, be buried, and rise for our salvation. It's a benevolent kind of love that involves God willing to provide our every need without demanding anything in return. Yet, we do have a command. It's not an ask. It's not a suggestion. It's not something to take under advisement. Yes, we're given a mandate to love one another. There's a practical reason for all this loving. As a community, that includes our natural family, our family of faith, and as citizens of all of God's creation, we need each other. Let's look at how St. Paul describes love to the church of Corinth. Some refer to this 13th chapter in 1 Corinthians, that first letter of Paul to the Corinthians, the love chapter. It gives us some insight to the nature of love, and this is a paraphrase. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it's not proud, it's not rude, it's not self-seeking, it's not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Now, earlier I said you're going to help me preach this sermon. This is your opportunity. I'm going to ask some questions. And it's kind of like a test, but it's the best possible test you could ever take, because I'm going to give you the answers ahead of time. The answers to each of these questions is Jesus. So can you do that for me?
Yes.
When I ask you questions, will you answer?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Who is patient?
Jesus.
Who is not proud?
Jesus.
Who's not rude?
Jesus.
Who's not self-seeking?
Jesus.
Who's not easily angered and does not keep any record of wrong?
Jesus.
Who does not delight in evil but rejoices in the truth?
Jesus.
Who always protects?
Jesus.
Who always trusts?
Jesus.
Who always hopes?
Jesus.
Who always perseveres?
Jesus.
Yes, Jesus. And you know what? It is with confidence, with assurance, with certainty that as followers of Jesus, we can strive to put our names in front of each of those phrases as well. Now, I'm not going to stand here and make you think that that's an easy thing to do. I will, however, state with absolute trust in an almighty, eternal, faithful God that we can receive God's grace, mercy, and guidance to obey God's command. We can say we know how to love each other by faith because we have such a great example. Amen. When preparing this message, I came across some steps about how to build self-confidence. Oddly enough, these same steps can be adapted to build not only confidence in ourselves, but confidence in our faith walk and our journey together in love. So, what are those steps? How can we do this? Number one, stay away from negativity and bring on the positivity.
Amen.
Be positively enthusiastic about God's goodness and all the ways that it manifests in your life. Stop focusing on the problems in your life and instead focus on the solution that God provides and making positive changes based on the good news. If you don't believe in Jesus, how would you expect anybody else to? Change your body language and image. Now, I'm not suggesting that everybody run out and get cosmetic surgery or a makeover, but you're a royal priesthood. You're kids of the King. Your countenance should reflect God's love and support and constant companionship. So sit up straight. When you walk like you're going somewhere. You've got purpose, something to do. Meet people as friends and help someone with every opportunity that you get a chance. That was number two, body language and image. Number three, don't accept failure and get rid of the negative voices in your head. Failure can be a lesson or even a series of lessons in life, but it doesn't determine who you are. Listen, instead, listen to that still small voice. Because God is with you. God is for you. God cares about you. God wants the best for you. You are a child of God. Be prepared. Sounds like Boy Scouts, huh? Exercise spiritual disciplines that keep you connected to that vine that we heard about earlier. We'll talk about that vine a little later. But pray, praise, fast, study the Word, meditate on that Word, and yes, worship. We're here for communal worship, for our communal health, but you get an opportunity to worship every day with everything you do and everyone you meet, just by the way you present yourself. For tough times, this is number 5, when things fail, create a list. Make a list of scriptures. Maybe there'll be a list of favorite hymns or praise songs, or sacred music, a list of people you can call on, prayer partners, a list of your own deliverances and healings and gifts and forgiving mercies. These lists can redirect your thoughts, lighten your emotions, and return your devotion. Devotion, another one of those love words. Because when you can't find it in yourself, by yourself, for yourself, you can certainly find it from the God that is love, that gave us Jesus, that sent the Holy Spirit to be with us every step along the way. Life, this world, situations and circumstances can try to cast shadows on your path. It's not a happy-go-lucky sort of thing. Being Christian doesn't make everything all good, lolly-dog, and all that. However, Jesus says we need to stay connected to the vine. And when we think about vines in the natural, an image that comes to mind might be this tangled mess of leaves and branches, and we've got one over at Casa Verde in the backyard that's now producing fruit. And the birds get to it and you see the pits all over. It's a mess. It's a mess. Yet Jesus said, I am the vine, you are the branches. The love that comes from God, the love that comes from Jesus, flows through us, just like a natural vine is rooted in the ground, and it gets its nutrients from air and sunshine and rain, and the soil that keeps it growing all over the place and making fruit that drops and attracts birds and critters to eat. We too are branches and extensions of a vine that's rooted in some rich soil of love. And if we stay connected to that vine, we too have access not only to that love to take care of ourselves, but to create some fruit that can feed others. God is love. We are love. We love. Believe it. Receive it. Give it to others. We are God's beloved. Believe that this love